Would like to welcome everyone to the Hamilton County Board of Election meeting. Today is June the 11th, 2024, and it is approximately 8:38, let's put it that way. And I'm calling the meeting to order, and proper notice has been given as required under the Ohio Revised Code 121.22. I'd like to begin the meeting first with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'd like those who have served our country or serving our country to lead us in the pledge, please. Okay, thank you very much. We all have received our board meeting minutes and from May the 7th, 2024. Were there any additions, changes, or corrections? And if not, like someone to make a motion that we accept the meetings as received.
I've got nothing. I'm going to move that we adopt the board meeting minutes from the May 7th, 2024 meeting.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries. Thank you very much. Next on our agenda is discussion on the precinct election official 2024 primary election performance evaluation. Ms. Poland.
Yes, good morning. Our poll worker department has completed that evaluation. The summary recommendation is in your packet. We had one location where staff is recommending that we bring the poll workers from that location into the board to receive some one-on-one training. They had a few issues with processing provisional voters and issuing ballots in a primary election. So we'd like to bring those poll workers in and go over those proper procedures before they're appointed to work in the November election. We had 42 locations that we recommend sending retraining documents in one or more of the areas listed in the summary. Again, these poll workers would be required to send back an acknowledgement signing off that they have reviewed and those training materials, again, prior to being assigned to a polling place in the November election. We had 25 locations that, although they did not receive a perfect score based on the approved evaluation matrix, their score indicates that they do not need any further retraining. Happy to report we had 228 locations that received a perfect score. So if there's no further questions, this staff summary report does need approval by the board.
I have a question.
Yes.
So if we have since we have 25 locations, not perfect, but does not require retraining, what do we need to do to make them perfect?
Well, we will be conducting in-person training for the November presidential election. So all poll workers will receive in-person training before the November election. The locations mentioned in category 1 and 2, they just need retraining on specific areas. So we'd like to work on those specific areas with those poll workers. And then, of course, all poll workers will receive the general training before the November election.
Thank you. You know, I'm always striving, as we do, for excellence.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, Madam Chair, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we adopt the recommendations contained within the staff summary report.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries. Thank you very much. Next is a review, discussion regarding voter registrations. Ms. Poland?
Yes, staff would like to inform the board of a review that we've been conducting of voter registrations. A few months ago, we received several lists from a group called the Ohio Election Integrity Network. The deputy director and I and Chuck Eckert, our registration administrator, met with this group and went over the list they submitted. 3 of the lists contained voters who are registered in Hamilton County and may also be registered to vote or living in another state. And then one list contained Hamilton County voters who may be registered at commercial addresses. So we reviewed that data, compared it against our voter registration database. In some instances, it was not the same person based on our records. Just a reminder that there's some data that we have access to that the public does not. For example, Social Security numbers, driver's license numbers. But those that may be the same person, we sent a letter to those voters, both at their Hamilton County address and the address that was supplied to us in another state. We did receive notice from some of those voters, sort of a mixed bag, some confirming, no, I still live in Hamilton County, others stating, no, I actually have moved out of Hamilton County, and they filled out the cancellation form to cancel their registrations here. After talking with another county, we learned that they had success, a greater success rate in receiving responses from voters if they hand addressed the envelope. So versus a printed label with the voter's name and address, to actually handwrite it. So we undertook that process and sent a second letter that's hand addressed to those voters, and we have received some responses from those. So, our goal is to continue to give a little more time for these voters to respond to these notices we've sent them. We are also conducting, per Secretary of State directive, the annual voter maintenance program. And we believe once that process is complete, some of the voters that were contained on these other lists may be canceled based on that process. So we just wanted to inform the board of our actions and what we're doing, and it's our plan to bring this issue back to the board at either your August or September meeting, again, allowing time for the general maintenance program to work through the process, as well as giving the voters a little bit more time to respond to our notices. So we just wanted to give you an update on that.
I just I'm aware, and I continue to know that what we do here is very succinct, it's very comprehensive. We have a track record of just being superb when it comes to striving for excellence and having a clean voter process. And a lot of those questions can be answered, I'm certain, with the annual purging that's being done. So I'll be looking forward to the follow-up, but I don't want our staff to feel that we're not doing a good job, because you're doing an excellent job. And there are some people who just can't accept the fact that we do the work that we do, and we do it so well. But I just want the staff to know that I truly I wouldn't sweat it that much, because we know the type of work that we're doing for the public and for our voters. And this is just a process that we need to complete. Thank you. Okay. Next is Resolution Website Hosting and Maintenance Agreement 24003.
Yes, our current contract for website hosting and maintenance is expiring. So staff issued a request for quotes through the county's purchasing department. We received a number of quotes. The deputy director and I reviewed those quotes along with our IT staff, and we recommend awarding this contract to our current vendor, U.S. Digital Partners. This resolution would give the deputy director and I the authority to execute that contract with the approval to form by the prosecutor's office.
I'll move that we adopt resolution number 24-003.
Second.
Any more discussion?
Yeah, were there any other bids?
There were a number of bids. Some of the bids were for a complete redesign of our website, which was not what we had requested.
Right.
We're happy with the design of our website, and we just need the assistance in monitoring and hosting. So.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries.
My vote was aye, in case it didn't register.
I
So.
didn't quite hear others.
Yep, that was my fault. It's aye.
Okay, thanks. Next on the agenda is for discussion and approval of the November 5th, 2024 Presidential Election Administration Plan. Ms. Poland?
Yes, it was staff's intent originally to present the election administration plan for approval and signature of the board members today. However, we recently invited the Fusion Center to our facility to conduct a vulnerability assessment. And we just recently received the report back. Happy to report that for the most part, they thought we were in really good shape, but they did have some recommendations. So staff would like to take a little bit more time to implement some of their recommendations and fine-tune our contingency planning and security protocols. The EAP is not due until July 8th. So we'd like to take a few more weeks to do that, and then we will circulate the EAP for your signature. Formal approval at a board meeting is not required. Just your signature is required. So it's our plan to circulate that the first week of July.
So should we just table that? Is that the recommendation then, that we just table that item?
Sure, yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah, I agree. So, I guess a motion to table is appropriate? I don't know. Just to be clear, I'll make a motion, we table item number 7 on the agenda to the next regular meeting of July 9th, Sherry?
Yes, well, the EAP is due July 8th, one day before the next meeting.
Okay.
Again, formal adoption at a meeting is not required.
Okay.
It's just your signature. So we could handle it one of two ways. We could circulate for your signature so that we can submit it on the 8th, and then we could review it on the 9th.
Got it. So I'll tell you what, I will withdraw my motion as I made it, since it didn't receive a second. I believe I can do so. And I will make a motion that we table the EAP pending further conversation with the director and deputy director, consistent with our obligation to have it in on time.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries. Thank you. Next is Personnel Matter, Director Retirement and Reemployment. Ms. Poland?
You know, I'll take this one since it involves the director. At this point, it's our intention on our side to reemploy the executive director effective July 1st, 2024. So I'll make a motion that we reemploy the director effective July 1, 2024.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No.
Anyone abstaining? That motion carries. Thank you. And is there any other business, Ms. Poland?
Yes, we'd like to update the board on some summer activities occurring here. We have a pretty extensive training program that we've scheduled for our full-time staff. We have already completed the required annual cybersecurity training provided by the Secretary of State's office. Staff is also undertaking ethics training. This is online training offered by the Ohio Ethics Commission. The majority of our staff just recently took the Sunshine Law training that's offered by the Attorney General's office. Few members were not able to make it, but we have a backup date scheduled for them in August. We are also undertaking civil treatment training offered by county administration. The sheriff's deputy is providing run, hide, fight training over the summer months, and all of our full-time employees will be taking the poll worker training. We thought it was important for all of our staff to receive the same training as our poll workers do to be prepared for Election Day. Also wanted to update the board regarding a few purchases that were actually approved by this board and the Board of County Commissioners to occur in 2023, but because of the 3 elections we had, we were unable to do that last year. So we've purchased a new transit, a 15-passenger transit, traded in our cargo van. This will help us a lot, as in the past when we've needed to transport staff to training or other boards of elections, we've had to either rent a vehicle or staff has provided, those that have minivans, have provided use of their personal vehicles. So we're happy to have this. And we also will be upgrading our phone system. at the end of this month. Our phone system is over 10 years old, and we actually will become part of the county's system, which will be helpful, we think, for two things. One, it's lower cost, and then also we will be receiving the support of the county with this too. So again, just wanted to update the board on all of our
Thank you
summer
for that.
projects.
Appreciate that. The only other issue would be that we are awaiting a prosecutor's opinion about the question of campaigning outside the board. So until we get that opinion, we're not going to act any further, correct?
Yes, that's
Very
correct.
good. All right. I have nothing else.
Mr. Lanzer?
I did just want to add, our communications department has been working on a new toolkit for communities to help provide voter information. And today they're going to launch a new section of our website that we are calling BOE Connect, where community organizations or local governments can go on and download that voter toolkit, or if they're having a big event, they can request the Board of Elections to attend their event. So we're already scheduled to attend the Hamilton County Fair at the end of this month, and that will be launched today. So hopefully we'll get more organizations taking us up on that offer.
So at the present, as of today, we can go in, look at it, and then make a determination if we want to download it. An average person can do that.
But by the end of the day today, that website will be launched. Too much fanfare on our social media, so follow the board on social media to watch it.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Anything else?
I have a question, like if I wanted to take the poll worker training, can I just drop in on the class or will we get scheduled?
Well, it's up to you. You could either attend one of the full-time staff training sessions that we have scheduled in July, and Alex can give you those dates, and
Yeah.
you can attend either one.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, any more? And I just would like to add, you know, I was fortunate to be able to go on the tour with another group, and it was just phenomenal. Even though I'm aware of a lot of the things that we do, but just to see how outsiders come in and observe our process, it was really, really, really great. And the staff was just wonderful. And we had individuals in that group that came from another country, and they wanted to see basically what we did and how we did it. And both Terry, you and Alex just did a great job in making that happen. And everybody else, the staff were just awesome. So that's my final comment. Anyone in the audience have any questions? Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And as I always say, nobody but the devil would do that. So you all have a great rest of the day.
Have a good day, everybody.